Enlightenment anthropology, the discovery of the evils of the world, hit us very hard, going back to around 68, 69, and it really blossomed here in Montreal. I'm not sure if it was 71 or 72. And for that reason, I would have thought that you were preaching to the converted. When you spoke about people working with the human terrain systems and so on, that there really aren't that many of us that are doing that. And that by and large, the feeling within the American Anthropological Association, and I hope would be more wide outside of the United States as well, is very much in support of what you're saying. And for us to take on the blame, the guilt that is implied by these very, very sweeping arguments, the notion that somehow because the United States is hegemonic, that American anthropologists are hegemonic as well, I find rather disturbing. And just one more thing. There are, I'm sorry, the notion of critical. Now, there are many meanings for critical. One of those is specifically involved with Marxian analysis, and that has been taken over by Marxian. But there's another one, which means to think critically, to rethink, to question constantly. And I think we have to do a lot of that, because simply accepting the idea of the hegemony of older anthropology and not recognizing that by 1910, 1920, what was going on in the United States and England, I don't know about France, was not really complicity in the same way. And it's time to really reevaluate and reread these things using more data, more historiography, and so on.
Many thanks. Some other question, remarks of what have been said?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for all of these approaches. And I come from this from a perspective of someone very new to the discipline of anthropology. But I just attended an assembly outside of the AA for accessibility for students by a group of Montreal students. And David Price, in fact, talked at this. And it was a very informal group, and we kind of like a dialogue in which people discussed what was going on in hegemony. And I left that with a lot of hope. And I came here, and I feel like I just wonder if you could perhaps be a little bit reflexive about how you're participating in hegemony, if you think so. Sitting at this table, addressing us in this conference building, drinking that bottled water. And I don't say that with disrespect. I'm just curious about how we can engage this dialogue, because I just see that outside, and I see this in here, and I'm not sure how to put it